Guess who?
Yamas.
Kalimera.
I'm Jillian Lawton.
And this is 10-Minute Travel Tips. Today, I'm coming to you from Greece.
And in this 3-part special edition of 10-Minute Travel Tips,
I'm going to give you some tips for when you plan your Greece vacation.
now for the third and final part of our visit to Greece, the city of the nights, Rhodes.
We went to Athens for the history, Santorini for the beauty, and decided on Rhodes because it felt like a good balance of both. It also made us feel like we covered a solid amount of Greece, as Rhodes is almost as far away from Athens as you can go, with Santorini being a nice middle point. Decide if you want to take a ferry or flight. Depending on where you're coming from, this ferry ride will vary since Rhodes is closer to Turkey than it is to Athens. The flight from Athens is 1 hour and pretty inexpensive. I would recommend renting a car in Rhodes because it's a very big island and driving is really easy there. The Choice Rhodes Hotel, Amethyst Elite Suites. Amethyst Elite Suites and Amethyst Beach Hotel are located on the same property, so don't let that confuse you when you arrive. Even though you're in the elite facility, the prices are still pretty reasonable considering all your amenities. The rooms are quite large. They may be decorated a little on the eccentric side, but you don't even notice once you spot your sizable private pool and the ocean just a few hundred feet away. Does life get any better than this? There is an underpass that leads you to the beach, and of course, there's a wait staff that will bring you drinks and such while you're sunning yourself. Within walking distance, you've got the restaurant Le Gourmet, which has, in my opinion, the most authentic food in that area. Rhodes has been called the crossroads of culture. Perfectly situated between the East and the West, historically, Rhodes has been a key player in world trade and has been home to a multitude of cultures such as the Minoans, Persians, Romans, Byzantines, Crusaders, and Italians. These varying societies have all left their stamp on Rhodes and have made it the vibrant place we see today. When you visit Rhodes, you'll be spending the majority of your time sightseeing in Old Town Rhodes. After seeing so many ancient ruins from the BC timeline, it was nice to change it up a bit in Rhodes. While many ruins still date back to the BC era, Old Town Rhodes is centered around a medieval castle and medieval walls. I've never experienced Gothic architecture next to palm trees, but let me tell you, it definitely puts you in island mode while you're sightseeing. Security seems to be in island mode as well because there's some holes in the wall fit for exploring. The walls, known as fortifications, were reconstructed from the Byzantine era by the Knights of Malta, also known as the Knights of St. John Hospitallers, in the 1300s. These knights were from affluent families, and in 1309 they claimed Rhodes as their headquarters and transformed it into a bustling city. There are several gates along the fortifications. The Gate of St. Catherine, also known as the Marine Gate, is my favorite. Tip: wear a tutu so you can pretend you're a fairy princess in a medieval wonderland for the day. Also, make sure you check out the Street of the Knights and the Palace of the Grand Master. The palace was used as a residence up until the 1900s when Mussolini had it for a holiday residence. The Archaeological Museum of Rhodes holds artifacts found from all over the island, as well as mosaic floors from the Hellenistic times, funerary slabs of the knights, and an indoor-outdoor feel I really appreciate in a museum. Make sure to climb up to the top of the clock tower for the highest and best views of Rhodes town. They charge admission, but it includes a free drink, so well worth it. All right, let's go shopping and relax. In the midst of all this medieval architecture, we've got markets that resemble Turkish bazaars. Let yourself get lost amongst the squares. My favorite food was off the beaten path here. Make sure you get the Slovaki. Down by the water, you can see where the Colossus of Rhodes once stood, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the windmills of Mandraki, and some really cool floating stores. and kittens. About an hour south of Old Town is Lindos, a magical little beach community with its own acropolis atop the hill. Do the ruins first, then relax at the beach. We've got the Castle of the Knights of St. John from the 14th century and the Doric Temple of Athena Lindos from 300 BC. Again, this mix of medieval and BC years, which I'm totally digging. And let's not forget we're still on an island, so take in those views of the Aegean Sea and St. Paul's Bay, which we'll swim in shortly. So, after a full Greece trip of sightseeing and walking roughly 10 miles daily, the last day was just dedicated to beach time in Lindos, and this was one of my favorite days on the trip. For starters, this scenery and crystal clear water is stunning. Second, we've got the island mode security situation again here. No lifeguards, which sucks if you're drowning, but otherwise float and water sports central. I don't know if anything has brought me greater joy than floating on an inflatable flamingo in the Aegean Sea. Also, you can hop in a kayak, paddle boat, or motorboat, just don't hit a swimmer and no one will care. No whistles, no yelling, just fun. And you've got a couple beach options. My top two are Lindos Beach, which is the bigger beach, and St. Paul's Bay, which is more of a local spot. People are diving off cliffs, swimming up to boats, going into caves, and getting their floats a drink. Non-stop fun for the whole family. Of course, there's also an abundance of shops and restaurants to truly make this an outstanding day trip. On your way back to your hotel, stop off the main road to the super authentic restaurant Taverna Maria. It's got a family vibe, complete with grassy play area for the kids, and feels like you're in someone's backyard. Local food and a caring staff, it's a must. Prior to coming here, I didn't know what to expect when visiting Rhodes and was pleasantly surprised with the historical experiences paired with beach vibes. It was the perfect spot to partner with Athens and Santorini on my trip, giving me a well-rounded understanding of Greece's vast history and culture. I'm Jillian Lawton. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time on 10-Minute Travel Tips.